Since its first ceremony in 1954, the BAFTA TV Awards have handed out a glittering array of awards celebrating the best of British television. From groundbreaking dramas to unforgettable performances, the night is a showcase of talent and glamour. But where there is glitz and acclaim, there is bound to be the odd bit of controversy on occasion. Over the years, the ceremony has produced its fair share of shocking moments and unexpected twists. From brutal snubs to awkward backstage interviews to making political statements, not everything has gone to script. Here's a look back at the BAFTA TV's most talked about and controversial moments. Strictly's brutal snub. For the first time in 8 years, Strictly has been snubbed by the BAFTA Television Awards. The BBC show has been left out of the entertainment programme category despite featuring from 2019 and winning in 2024. The ballroom show has even failed to land a nod for the memorable moment gong, despite winning twice previously. The shock snub follows the departure of hosts Tess Daly and Claudia Winkleman, as well as the ongoing cast bloodbath. An industry insider said, "This is a spectacular turn of events for Strictly, which was flying high at the BAFTAs just 2 years ago, as the show was also celebrating its 20th birthday. But since then it's become mired in scandal, and now, of course, 2 of its greatest assets, Tess and Claudia, are leaving, and it feels like Terry's less to celebrate about the show," they told The Sun. The Daily Mail has contacted Strictly Come Dancing for comment. Awkward backstage interviews. In 2023, BAFTA TV Awards viewers complained about not being able to hear parts of the event's backstage interviews. After bagging an award, the winners headed backstage to take part in an interview with YouTuber and journalist Amelia de Moldenberg. Although Amelia made sure to hold the microphone close to the winner, she forgot to bring it close to her mouth when she spoke at times. As a result, viewers at home were unable to hear what she and some of the stars were saying. Some viewers simply complained that the interviews were awkward to watch. Inappropriate opening. DJ Jax Jones and singer Callum Scott took to the stage to perform their song, Whistle, during the opening of the ceremony in 2023. DJ Jax said, "Big up Kate Winslet," before performing the track, which describes the act of whistling as a metaphor for sexual intimacy. Their performance also saw dancers dressed as fish on stage. The performance was described by some viewers as cringy or awkward, with social media users questioning if it was an appropriate song for the ceremony. Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield mocked by hosts. Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield were the butt of the jokes made by BAFTA TV Awards hosts Romesh Ranganathan and Rob Beckett. In 2023, Romesh and Rob opened the ceremony with a dig at the now former presenting duo. Gesturing to Imelda Staunton, who received a nomination for the Best Actress prize for her role as the late Queen in The Crown, Rob said, "She's nominated for her performance in The Crown." Apparently, Holly and Phil got to watch that a couple of days before everybody else. A little bit of edge for you, early doors, in reference to Q-Gate. The pair received backlash after they appeared to Q-Jump to see the late Queen Elizabeth II lying in state. Lorraine Kelly's win backlash. In 2024, Lorraine Kelly was honored by BAFTA for her decades-long work in the entertainment industry. She was given the Special Recognition Award. Despite her profound speech on stage, social media users did not share her enthusiasm. Instead, many took to X to highlight the fact she should have shared her award with Christine Lampard and Ranveer Singh, who regularly step in for Lorraine to host her eponymous show. One X account that was set up posted a message saying, "Lorraine Kelly hosted her own show this morning. Congratulations #Lorraine, you have hosted 64 out of 95, 67.3%, episodes this year." Speaking on BBC Women's Hour after, Lorraine addressed the jokes made about her online. She said, "It's fine. I don't mind, I don't care. I probably would have cared before, but I really don't now. It's absolutely fine." She added, "But you should never comment on things like that if you don't know what is going on in people's lives. But I am having to take quite a few Fridays off because my mum is really not well." She continued, so I can go home now and spend some more time with her and help her a bit more than I have been able to. So that is happening just now, but that will change. I have been doing 5 days a week for 40 years, so I am just taking a wee bit of time off, and obviously this week is half term, which is why I am able to talk to you. Gary Lineker branded a traitor. In 2023, hosts Rob and Ramesh joked Gary Lineker was a traitor as they poked fun at the Match of the Day controversy. Rob joked, "A few months back we were left hoping that the traitors would be making a swift return to BBC One. Well, that's what some of the papers called the Match of the Day presenters anyway. Are we edgy? I think we might be edgy." The joke was in reference to Gary being briefly suspended as host of Match of the Day in March over his criticism of the government's asylum policy on X. Political statements. Despite being an awards show, winners still have time to make a political statement during their acceptance speech. In 2016, BAFTA speeches were dominated by discussion of the government cutting funds to the BBC. Wolf Hall director Peter Kosminski's speech made headlines after criticizing then Culture Secretary John Whittingdale, while Mark Rylance also offered a warning to the government. More recently, Brian Cox, who starred as Logan Roy in Succession, wore a red pin with a hand on it, a symbol that is seen as calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. Khalid Abdullah, who starred as Princess Diana's late boyfriend Dodi Fayed in The Crown, also wore the red pin. Arriving for photos on the red carpet, the actor held up his hand on which he had written, "Stop harming Israel." In his other hand, he carried 14,000 red sequins, which represented children who had been killed in Gaza, he said on X. BAFTA has reportedly warned nominees at their film awards to not talk about politics. A spokesman for BAFTA previously said, "BAFTA is an independent arts charity that supports talented individuals in achieving their full potential, and occasions like this offer a fantastic opportunity for the very best in our industry to inspire the next generation." With that in mind, we hope the winners on Sunday would be happy to share an insight or two into the making of their BAFTA winning programs or performances. BAFTAgate. BAFTAgate refers to a 1992 controversy where Prime Suspect controversially beat G.B.H. for Best Drama Serial at the TV BAFTA Awards. TV producer and juror Irene Shayk was accused of having a conflict of interest due to a feud with Verity Lambert, the executive producer of G.B.H. When the votes had been cast, it was reported that Irene looked through the votes and said, "We have a decision. It's 4-3. Irene said that the votes showed that the award had gone to Prime Suspect, starring Helen Mirren. However, 4 of the judges decided to breach the Academy's confidentiality policy and revealed they had voted for Channel 4's GBH, starring Robert Lindsay. BAFTA chairman Richard Price stated the ballots had already been destroyed and could not be recounted. Despite the controversy, the award stood, but Irene later resigned from the Academy's board.